me. Help me.
With the Thursday night game being on Miami, we have to talk about the Miami versus Bills game first. James Cook came out looking like his older brother Dalvin, scoring not once, not twice, but 3 times in this one. Tua was out there doing the exact opposite. Let's count the interceptions together. Then we got to see the two scariest forces collide. Who would win, Damar's chest or Tua's head? Tua currently is ruled out for the next game even if he gets cleared and the league is telling him to retire. Even ESPN himself, Antonio Brown, got involved and the Bills won, obviously, if you couldn't tell. The Cowboys finally started playing like how the Cowboys do, and with that, Kamara and Carr killed them in the first half. The score was 35-16, by the way. Yeah, the Saints shitted on them, and the defense had no answer. At least Dak was throwing dimes though. Will Levis continues to be a walking meme after giving us this historic moment last week and now making a fool of himself again this week. Question of the day, will the Titans ever be good again? At least A-Rod finally started cooking a little bit with some of these passes. I'm not gonna lie though, I may have got excited watching a Jets game, but it was really the Breece Hall and the Breon Allen show. For the 49ers this week, it's been reported that CMC is out until week 6 at earliest, so the 49ers are cooked, and somehow with all these weapons, Purdy is still selling. If Fred Warner wasn't out there, this game definitely would have been worse. Oh, also JJ got bumped up a little bit in this one. Out in Detroit, Tampa Bay went and got some get back on the Lions for last year. Baker out there making grown men do splits and throwing for nearly 300. And would it be wild to say Baker baked them? Never mind, that joke was trash, bro. That joke was horrible. In the Chargers versus Panthers, we found out the Panthers still suck. J.K. Dobbins might be that guy for the Chargers now, and they're thinking about starting Andy in Carolina. Just look how happy he is. We will not talk about the Browns game at all, bro. In the Rams versus Cardinals, Puka was announced out for 5 to 7 weeks, and Cooper Kupp messed up his ankle. With that said, on the other side, Mr. Popo himself, Marvin Harrison Jr. actually got some action. Nothing too crazy though. 4 catches and 150 yards for 2 touchdowns. Some light for him though. Nonetheless, Kyler Murray finally got that dub he was looking for. In Arrowhead, Joe finally lost to Patrick in their QB duel, but it was a heavy back and forth. It went like this: you get a field goal, I get a field goal. You score a TD, I score a TD. Next thing you know, we're at a 16-10 game. Chiefs pulled out some creative stuff and gave it to the big boy. Cue in that D-Lo though. Game ended up coming down to a kick, but this all could have been avoided if KC wasn't turning the ball over. After the game, it was announced Isaiah Pacheco fractured his tibia. It's unannounced when he'll be back. The Steelers are out here averaging 260 yards a game, still undefeated. Fields just out there doing his job, not trying to be a star. And somehow they always find a way to have a solid team. Not great, but solid. It doesn't make no sense. It pains me to say that the Ravens have fallen to 0-2. Goddard loves to beat these dudes, and Crosby sacked this man Lamar twice. Like, what the fuck is this? It was just a kicking competition in the first half, just going back and forth with them. Raiders had went down 10, Gardner had to lock in and tie this back up. Raiders had came out on a game-winning drive but didn't make anything shake, so the Raiders showed them what a game-winning drive looks like. Raiders really walked up and called ball game and walked right out with their first win. The Monday night game with the Falcons was the first time I realized Kirk Cousins was on the Falcons. No wonder they came back. Hurts was doing a solid amount of rushing, trying not to lose due to them not scoring. Eagles had to do their best impression of a good defense, even getting a sack, but they slipped up later. The Eagles ended up scoring and getting a field goal, making them have a 6-point lead with less than a minute left. Perk came out with a minute 30, but only needed a minute, while he walked the Eagles down to their first loss of the season. Since we are now 2 weeks into the season, almost 3, we officially have a top 5 in the NFL. Lions, Saints, Bills, Texans, and Chiefs. No surprises, and that will conclude the video. See y'all in the next one.